JobSeeker back to $40 a day. Let's have a look. Hello everyone, Florian.Heise here and welcome to another episode of HeiseSays. Grab your stein of coffee and let's have a look at this article from Yahoo Finance raising awareness that JobKeeper is going to go back to $40 a day. Now that's a touch under 15 grand a year. Not bad for doing nothing, but not really much of a life, everyone. I see these welfare payments as an emergency payment to keep people from being destitute and to stop people from resorting to crime or starvation in a very wealthy and advanced civilization. But there's also another thing that you have to realize. There are a lot of people that will never have encountered this before that have managed to avoid the necessity of going on JobSeeker or any welfare through most of their lives. They've been working away, dutifully paying their taxes with the expectation that if times get tough, the government will be there to take care of them. And now they're going to get a rude wake-up, just how, frankly, terrible the system is. How you have to jump through their hoops. How if you were smart enough to have built up a reserve, a savings fund, they will want you to whittle away at that before you get your little $40 a day. Now just think about the amount of taxation you've paid throughout your life and what the government has done with that. And now that, probably through no fault of your own, a lot of people have lost their earning potential, you're kind of stuffed. So it's kind of, in some ways it's kind of sad. Hopefully it'll be the wake-up call for people and will shift the Overton window to, let's see, a more liberty and individual focus. So we're not expecting the government to take care of us because they bloody well won't. You can't trust them, everyone. You really can't. So, won't be enough. The new JobSeeker rate is confirmed. $40 a day isn't very much. It isn't. Australians eligible for the JobSeeker supplement will receive $40 a day from April, according to Services Australia. The coronavirus supplement is due to end on the 31st of March, and after that date, the payment will revert to its pre-COVID-19 level. From April 1, 2021, your payment will continue to the normal JobSeeker payment rate for your situation, Services Australia website reads. Now, here's the thing. If you're in this situation and you're worried how you're going to make ends meet on $40 a day, and you're out there, you're trying to find work, but it's tough right now. Our unemployment rate is bloody high. Hang on, I'll bring it up. I mean, everyone's talking about a V-shaped recovery. We're going to have a K-shaped recovery, everyone. There are going to be some people, sadly enough, that are just going to keep sailing up, that aren't going to experience any issues, and you're going to have others that are heading down. That's what's going to happen, everyone. The first step I would suggest is to really curtail your spending. You need to be living now on the $40 a day. Anything extra you're getting should be put aside as a way to, as an emergency buffer. What happens if they cut it again, everyone? Or what happens, which is probably more likely, if the purchasing power of your $40 a day gets eroded through inflation? Remember, inflation is the tax everyone pays that they don't realize they're paying. Look at your budget. Make sure you do a budget for every dollar where it goes. Cut out all of the luxuries in your life, and you will learn what luxuries are. Any monthly recurring payments for, Netflix or anything like that, even subscriptions to things, cut them all. You've got to cut back to the bone. You've got to be really tight. We've had to do that ourselves. And in some ways, it's a really good thing. Back in the past, when times got tight for us, we really cut. I had to tell Rachel, you can't spend a cent until we've got these invoices coming in. That's one of the challenges of small business. Sometimes you can have money coming in, but it can be delayed, it can be late, they may not even pay you. So you got to really learn how to work on an oily rag. And sadly, there's some people that are going to be mortgaged to the hilt, some professionals that may not have a chance to recover. But that's the advice I'd give you. You need to really get tight on your money. So that means single Australians with no children will receive income support of $565.70 per fortnight, a sum that has been described as far too small. Yeah, that's per fortnight, everyone. The payment was effectively doubled last year when the government introduced the $550 coronavirus supplement. However, the supplement fell to $250 in September 2020 and then $150 in January, with warnings further cuts will be devastating for vulnerable Australians. Well, this is the thing. You don't want to make welfare or support mechanisms too hard to disincentivize people from working, because people aren't stupid. They're not going to work 40 hours a week. They're not going to kill themselves and incur all the costs of working, going to a place for what, $100 extra a fortnight, because it costs money to go to work. If the payment wasn't enough then, it won't be enough this coming April, the Australian Council of Social Services Senior Advisor Carmine Crow told APP. Millions are facing agonizing decisions like whether they can afford to stay in their homes and which essential items like food, bills, or medicines they will have to cut back on even further. Well, one thing in my video, 5 Ways to Prepare for Tough Times, or Prepare for the Coming Recession, was fasting. To learn, get comfortable with going without food. If you're healthy, if you don't have any medical issues, there's no reason why you can't fast for a few days. It's a part of every culture. You get cellular autophagy. A normal person shouldn't have an issue. We're in a luxurious civilization, a luxurious time in human history, where we can get 3 meals, instantly get food whenever we want, instantly get fresh water whenever we want. We've got it really good. We really have. And the people that think we don't, they just need to look only a few years back, or even just travel to some less developed parts of the world. And I know that's probably not popular advice, learning how to fast, but I guess it relates to the whole Stoic worldview, is to expose yourself to those things that you fear, to prepare yourself for harsh times. You know, I've gone a week without food. I can do it, so I'm not too worried about it if we have to. You can, okay, parents, we're just not going to eat this week so the kids can get food. You don't run off to a bloody ABC article. Oh, this super fat person in the article had to skip a meal of crap to feed her child. I don't know. Am I being too harsh in seeing that? Has our culture gone to such a snowflake level now that a bit of adversity that is probably good for you, it would actually improve your health, honestly, that's seen as being harsh and cruel? Let me know in the comments, guys. Am I just too much of a harsh bastard? Is my Germanic heritage coming out here? You know, that Prussian work ethic. Let me know. Let me know. So an interim report from a Senate inquiry on the government's response to the pandemic recommended a permanent increase to JobSeeker. Well, yeah, it is bloody low. Honestly, I think it should be tied to the minimum wage. It should be a portion of that, or it should be tied to other costs. It should, pegged to inflation. If they're going to play this game with the inflation tax and reduce that purchasing power, and they intervene in the market to set all these wages and these minimum laws and all these rules that disincentivizes people from getting a job, and usually it's the lowest skilled people that are going to cop it. You set all these bars, then they have to struggle to reach them. Maybe some of these people who are long-term unemployed have never had the opportunity to work to build up a work ethic. That's the worst thing. If you have multi-generational welfare dependence, you've got people that frankly, you may be privileged having been brought up in a family. This is one of the few privileges I think that actually exists, having been brought up in a family that has a work ethic, that has actually experienced work, that knows just subconsciously even what the cultural expectations are of how to behave at work, because some people don't even have that, and that reduces their employability. A lot of employers don't want to put up with that. The danger is you can bring someone into an organization that can be culturally toxic and can damage your entire business, and that's a risk some people don't want to take. And that's, well, the unintended consequence of setting all of these bars, and the people that suffer are the lowest skilled people. It has been widely acknowledged for years by business and community stakeholders alike that the permanent rate of JobSeeker at $40 a day is totally inadequate, often forcing recipients to live below the poverty line. The committee agrees that the original rate of JobSeeker is inadequate, the report stated. Economists have also warned that phasing out the JobSeeker boost will spell the end for 145,000 jobs and shrink the economy. Politicians, including former Coalition Prime Minister John Howard, have also called for the rate to be increased. However, Treasurer Josh Frydenberg has said the rate will not be increased. The supplement is designed to provide temporary, short-term financial assistance to help individuals and families in these uncertain times and address the economic impacts of COVID-19, a spokeswoman for the Department of Social Services said in a statement to AAP. Now, honestly, I don't think it's going to stay at $40. I think it'll become an election issue, particularly if we have an election next year, and Labor should go hard to try and force it up. And then the coalition will bring a response. Because, well, we have a duty of care to those people that have been forced out of the labor market. The government has a responsibility to ensure that people whose livelihoods have been destroyed through their actions are compensated. That's fair and reasonable. I don't think anyone could argue with that. I think the danger is having welfare too high, and then you get pretty much people that are turning into rent seekers, and that will destroy their lives. But that there's always going to be some dead weight. Everyone, that will always exist. It's not as much as people think. It isn't. I would prefer that we look at other alternatives to this, where maybe a portion, because so much of the money goes to welfare, maybe a portion of everyone's individual tax is held in trust in an investment account like super that you can draw upon for emergencies. And then completely remove the welfare state, or really scale it back. What do you reckon? Can you see that happening? We need to innovate. I know some people will argue for UBI, but just remember, for UBI to work, you need to remove the entire welfare apparatus. And that means making a whole lot of government employees unemployed and putting them on UBI. I know a lot of people would love that. All the Centrelink staff instantly now UBI recipients because we don't need them anymore. You could probably get 5 programmers to manage the system. What do you reckon? You think that'd happen? Let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments down below. And what advice would you give someone that's going to be hit with a potential $40 a day living costs? How would you save money? What hints and tips? Please leave them in the comments. You don't know what people read and what they see. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Like, share, subscribe to the channel. If you're a fan and you support the content I create here, there are a few ways you can. You can join us on YouTube or Patreon. You can support us using our affiliate links from Amazon, eBay, Independent Reserve, or AussieBroadband. You can buy our merch from HeiseSays, use Gold Pass from the Perth Mint, or support us via PayPal. Take care, everyone, and I will see you all next time. Bye for now.